of walls makes my beauty show. The ocean smooth and clean, best I've ever seen. Soft and silky sheen, like a perfect dream. True skin makes me shine, feeling so divine. Beauty I can find in the skin of mine.
मैले कहिले भनेको since I really want to say this to you, होइन? अनि I want to kind of start off this way. I was thinking about this morning, if that's okay with you. भित्रबाट आउनुपर्ने रहेछ कि केही न केही प्रार्थना गर्छु भने होइन, इट निड्स टु कम फ्रम विदिन के, नभए त्यो हुँदैन होइन. धेरै वर्ष भइसकेको थियो, त्यो एउटा ग्याप, एउटा भोइड जस्तो थियो कि होइन, मैले केही न केही नगरेको पूजा अथवा समथिङ अलङ द्याट लाइन, अनेस्ट भने होइन. फ्यु विक्स ब्याक लक्ष्मी पूजाको दिनमा चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ ल ठुलो पूजा राखौँ न त भनेर राख्यो कि हामीले होइन. मलाई नै आफै अफिसमा पूजा राख्नु मन थियो नि राख्यो. सो होइन, यस्तो आनन्द फिलिङ आयो नि त्यो दिन र त्यसको भोलिपल्ट पनि के, र आजसम्म पनि. आई डोन्ट नो हाउ, आई डोन्ट नो वाइ, त्यो भित्रबाटै आयो कि ल एउटा राम्रो पूजा गरौँ भनेर कि. त्यो आफै हुनुपर्ने रहेछ कि. डु यु बिलिभ इन समथिङ लाइक द्याट?
आफैबाट आउने हामी भगवानको घरमा जान्छ अनि प्रार्थना गर्छ भगवान मेरो सबै राम्रो होस्, बट वी जस्ट से इट फर द सेक अफ सेइङ इट. भित्रबाट कहिले आउँछ, यु हेभ टु रियली फिल इट. हजुरले भन्छ जस्तै. बट लाइक वाट वाज द फिलिङ? अझै गो डिपर न, वाट वाज द फिलिङ?
त्यो सानोमा हुँदाखेरि कि, वा द्याट्स सच अ गुड क्वेसन. सानोमा हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ म जसरी हुर्केँ नि होइन, त्यतिखेर भजन गर्थ्यो, पूजापाठ हुन्थ्यो होइन. त्यो छुट्याएको थियो कि मेरो लङ स्प्यान अफ टाइमसम्म. साँच्चै कि अनेस्टली छुटेकै थियो होइन. जो बाजे आउनु भएको थियो त्यो बाजे चाहिँ हाम्रो घरको मूल बाजे हो कि, जमानादेखिको. लाइक म मोस्ट प्रब्ली जन्मेदेखिको होला होइन. उहाँ नै आएर गर्नुभएको थियो कि यहाँ पूजा होइन. यहाँ माथि आएर आई बिलिभ उहाँले शङ्ख पनि फुक्नु भएको थियो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई. यहाँ माथि होइन, यहाँ माथि यहाँ सुत्दा आएर कि होइन, स्टुडियोमा सुत्दा आएर. सो द्याट वाज लाइक अ ब्लिसफुल मोमेन्ट के.
So you remember
Very
your
calm.
childhood.
Exactly.
You were brought back
Exactly.
to who you were. बच्चा बेला if you notice अहिलेको kidsहरू पनि, I mean let's stick to हाम्रो own experience. बच्चा बेला you're very present हुन्छ नि. Your mind is not thinking about म के खान्छु के लगाउँछु. You're just there. So maybe हजुरलाई पनि you were just present. That's prayer. That's how it works when you're fully present हुन्छ नि. You're not thinking about the outcome. You're just there to experience it. Blissful. And the baje might have triggered
Exactly.
the experience. The sankha, which is transcendental mantra or sound, that might have triggered your brain too. When you go back, that chemical in your body is shooting out all the blissful energies in you.
Do you feel something like that every day?
Every day?
कतै न कतैबाट?
Every day would be a lie.
Okay.
But there are days, धेरै दिन हुन्छ, where I'm just, I believe in transcendental mantra a lot, where I'm just sitting down in one spot and just chanting. And I've started to chant, पहिला चाहिँ हरे कृष्ण मात्र गर्थेँ. I've started to chant a lot of mantras, Durga mantra, Ganesh mantra, Shiv mantra, all the energies. I'm calling in all the energies. And there comes a point where the mantra pani silence where you're just there, and the mantra say your mind is speaking through it. And there comes a point the mind pani bolera feri pasari something else is speaking through it, and there comes a point where it's just void.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. And that makes me question, everything is nothing, nothing is everything.
That's the truth, has it, when you think about it. Universe को हेर्छु कि म होइन, especially now अघि मैले अफेयर भन्दै थिएँ नि होइन, अहिले जसरी how we're talking about the universe, how especially I'm on Twitter, you know, and every day I get a post from Elon Musk every day about how we should go and occupy Mars भनेर होइन. That brings a कतै न कतैबाट त्यो gentle spark जस्तो आउँछ कि, that there's something larger than us, there's something bigger than us out there in the universe. That feeling has stayed with me के, कतै न कतैबाट हुन्छ नि. Especially when I look back at the Apollo missions के, I don't know, we're not born, you know, both of us. But people went to the moon.
Which now people claim is a Photoshop.
That's so true. Right? Imagine Neil Armstrong stepping in moon and then looking back at Earth. Small little pearl. isn't it amazing that someday people are going to go to Mars or beyond and then try to go ahead and find something in the universe? It's fascinating.
You remind me of the conversation I had with mom. You know what's coming out. Mama चाहिँ धेरै नै ध्यान. She's more into ध्यान than mantra. ध्यान गर्न बच्चैदेखि she started doing that. And when I told her, like, universe त कस्तो vast छ, यो हेर्न पाएँ, त्यो हेर्न पाएँ, एकचोटि, like, honeymoon-मा अहिले त even commercial people fly to moon, right? And commercially honeymoon-मा moon-मा जानु पाएँ, क्या रमाइलो हुन्छ. And mom was like, you don't need to go anywhere. ध्यान गर न, you find the vastness in you भन्नुहुन्छ. अनि you never know until you experience it. अगाडि चाहिँ होला and you keep हुन्छ नि जबरजस्ती चाहिँ मैले खै त मेरो vastness अनि आँखा चिम्लेर आओस् vastness आओस् भने. But then I realized when I said मन्त्र गर्दा गर्दै त्यो पछाडि switchमा हुँदा there's a void, that's where you feel the vastness, where you're nothing. अनि the universe and everything also is so temporary. केही छैन जस्तै लाग्छ. Imagine you think about universe because you have the ability to say universe exists. Sabaile universe cha, sun cha, moon cha. If you're not there, who's there to say that it exists? So the existence of universe is based on your existence of you and your mind and your body and your voice, your thinking. And if you're not there, nobody is going to say the universe exists.
That's so true.
Chinese saying, if trees are making sound, but there's no one to hear the trees are making sound, is this tree really making a sound?
Yeah, that's true. Is it actually making a sound? We've invented some crazy things. So, I don't know. I look at तिमीलाई हुन्छ कि हुँदैन यो हैन तर एउटा थोक पढ्न थालिसकेपछि त्यसबाट अर्को do you tend to do that as well?
Jump from one paragraph to another?
Jump from one Wikipedia page to another. Has that ever happened to you?
Well, not with books, but in technology, yes. Technology is the short span. That's how it's made for the blue light. What does this word mean? And you forget what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's so true. And then I ended up going to this video. This is so crazy, you're a video this is too early in the morning for this, but this video was about the destruction of this planet. Crazy. We've created such crazy nuclear bombs, which I had no idea about. Smallest to the smallest, to the one that fell, I believe, Fat Boy I fell in Nagasaki, Hiroshima, as we have such crazy nuclear power, Trident missiles to whatnot, but the ending was so fantastic, to video ending. If there's a nuclear war, nobody is going to be a winner. We're all going to be losers. We're all going to lose it. Like, humanity is going to completely lose it. We're not going to win. There's nobody is going to be left to be like, to dictate that I'm the winner. But even back in the day, when we read when we read Mahabharata, do you think somebody won?
Who's the winner?
Yeah.
In the nature of duality, winning and losing, in the nature of duality, you tend to say good and bad, but universe is not dual. Universe is just one, but the illusion is dual. So in dualism, I'd say there's a winner and there's a loser. There's good, there's bad. But in oneness, there's again nothing. There's just it's just is. It's just is, and I think I caught the word destruction is such a because it's a heavy word. Destruction ko arko name is death. Nobody wants to talk about that. But I took this class. We talk about the psychology of death, where they said death is actually the beginning of life. We say life is the beginning of everything, but death is the beginning of life. And the body's life is the beginning of death. But I say, in dualism, there is good and bad. In dualism, there's this and that. But in reality, there's nothing. Just to laksa malai. There's a winner. हामी humans-लाई चाहिँ we just want to be very centric जस्तो लाग्छ. We just want to be part of center of everything. And ecosystem, we're the center. Universe-मा पनि we want to go to Mars because we can. We think we're the center of it. That's how human nature, that's how mind works. But in reality, we're nothing. Again, if there was a nuclear war, nobody would exist. There wouldn't be existence of humankind. But the universe will still be there.
म सानो हुँदाखेरि हैन when I was young, right? I have a few years on you, हैन? टिभीमा जब कुनै स्पेसिफिक कार्यक्रम आउँथ्यो नि हैन, त्यो कार्यक्रमको सुरुवातमा के भन्थ्यो थाहा छ? म समय हो भन्थ्यो के. I am time. Older I get, the more I realize this, हैन? That time is the biggest thing that is going to be the destruction. के समय विनाश हो खाले के हैन र समय नै सबै थोक हो के. Good and bad as well के हुन्छ नि. Let's remove the bad part हैन. Time is the most valuable thing के. र पुरानो even यहाँ पढ्दाखेरि पनि हैन, it's the same thing that's said के. It started with time and it ends with time के. And even when it comes to the nuclear thing that I explained हैन, त्यो पनि over time. At one point, there were dinosaurs roaming in this world. Do you remember that part?
Well, I wasn't. Maybe I do. Maybe my soul remembers. Maybe my soul was a dinosaur.
And now they're not. They don't exist, right? Mm-hmm. So even us, we might not exist one day, but the world is still going to be around.
Yeah.
And that's because of time.
But again, I am at this learning phase where I don't think time is. Hamro time, which we created, 1 varsa, 2 varsa, 8.5,
24 hours.
24 hours. That time is illusion, jasta lagcha. The thing that's ever existing, the other time, has always been there. Hazurle bhanche jastै, it's not destructive. Like destruction pani hereछ, ulle creation pani hereछ, but it's just there, constant. Okay? Sometimes मैले सोच्छु, maybe the one that has many names, that we have given many names, is actually indeed just always around, and it's always going to be around. And maybe that always around is in the present. Like if I am here fully and my mind is nowhere else, I think I'm with God, or whatever name you want to give it. I think I'm with Krishna when I'm just here speaking to you, and I'm just speaking to you and your soul and your existence. I'm not thinking about you. ढोकाको बाहिर के भइरहेछ, गाडी कसले हटायो कि हटाएन. And if I'm just here, maybe I have the time. Maybe time and I, we're best friends. But if you're thinking about time, ल छिटो सकाइहालौँ, छिटो बोल्छु अनि गइहाल्छु, then time is your enemy. But the time, the birth time, 24 hours, is just an illusion जस्तो लाग्छ. It's just a way capitalism has created a system for us to.
Yeah.
जङ्गलमा गयो भने हामी.
There's no time. Sunsets, sunrise and sunset.
Time is always constant. Einstein will say time is relative, हैन? किनभने हजुर र मेरो बिचमा यही समयमा जे भइरहेछ नि, maybe someone else, you know, something else is happening at the same existence, but it's always there. The presence is always there for everyone. Yeah, so time is illusion. Maybe the time in itself is the wrong name for it. अर्कै नाम हुनुपर्ने हो कि?
समय नहुनुपर्ने थियो.
24 hours समय नहुनुपर्ने.
Oh man, that's such a crazy thing that we're about to go ahead and talk about. 24 hours no wait, sunrise or sunset हो. त्यो एउटा theory छ कि मैले पढिरहेँ हैन. This is back in, I believe, Greek थियो कि Egyptian थियो, म confused भएँ हैन.
हजुर.
Earth flat छ कि छैन भनेर figure out गर्दाखेरि के हैन. I think कहाँ थियो यो, Greek थियो कि Egyptian थियो हैन. उनीहरूले चाहिँ they definitely created a structure, obviously, and they created a structure and they tried to figure out, they put structures in multiple places around the country or around the hemisphere, and they figured out that obviously the shadow is going to be different. Of course, it's not going to be flat, but people still till today think that the earth is flat.
Yeah, because they don't see the bottom. I mean, that's human nature, na. If you जङ्गलमा जाऊ, हिँड्न जाऊ हैन, एकैछिन त रमाइलो लाग्ला चराचुरुङ्गी आवाज सुन्न हैन, पछि आत्तिन थाल्छ, because you cannot find a way, your mind doesn't find a way. You go to a parkमा you'll be more blissful, serene feel हुन्छ, because you have a way. यताबाट छिर्यो भने म यताबाट निस्किहाल्छु नि, but जङ्गलमा पुऱ्यायो भने कताबाट निस्किने थाहा हुँदैन. So like from the very existence of humankind, हामीलाई चाहिँ एउटा structure हजुरले भन्छ we need a structure भएन भने चाहिँ there's no existence भने हुन्छ. But then again, if you look for structure, you're always looking for an illusion time, shadows, घाम लाग्ने, घाम डुब्ने. But then if you don't look for structure and you just become present and say time is ever existent, you're just there. You're with the time. But then again, if you look for structure, golo छ कि flat छ कि यताबाट यति मान्छे छ कि यस्तो छ कि, you're again creating an illusion, a box to be fit in.
A discipline, something along that line as well,
Discipline,
for us to stay consistent.
Morals and values comes under discipline. That's human existence. We like to control, so we make morals and values. त्यो भएन भने we would be an animals, you know. And के भन्ने, majority wins भने जस्तै, this is moral, this is immoral भन्ने अन्त, this is valuable, this is यो गरे भने चाहिँ तिमी नराम्रो, यो गरे नराम्रो. That reminds me of a story. एउटा गाउँमा एउटा केटा थियो होइन, चराउँदै आफ्नो गाई चराउँदै गइरहेको थियो अरे. And then he finds a very beautiful white horse. अनि उसले white horse घरमा लिएर आउँछन्. उसको भएभरको छिमेकीहरूले कस्तो राम्रो white horse यार, आहा तँलाई त अब धेरै सुख हुने भयो भन्छ. नभन्दै 3-4 दिन चाहिँ सुखै हुन्छ, यु नो, अब भारी बोक्नु परेन, त्यही घोडाले बोकेर ल्याइदिन्छ. अनि एक दिन चाहिँ त्यो मान्छेले गोठालेर के अरे गाई चराउने गोठाले चाहिँ भन्थ्यो, के सोध्छ म यसलाई, यु नो, आइम गोना गो फर अ राइड. And he goes for a ride and त्यो हर्सले खसालिदिन्छ, लङ्गड हुन्छ. And then everyone is like, बिचारा लङ्गड, अब तँलाई कसले बिहा गर्छ, अब तेरो के हुन्छ, तेरो के पनि हुन्न भने. त्यसै गर्दा 2 हप्ता बित्छ. And everyone is very sympathizing, saying बिचारा केही हुन्न, अब यसको घरमा यत्तिकै जाने भयो, यो यसको वंश यत्तिकै जाने भयो भन्छ. And then there comes a time where राजाले चाहिँ के भन्छन्, यहाँ गाउँमा भएको सबै केटाहरू, लङ्गड डिसेबल नभएको सबै केटाहरू has to come and fight for the war. And everybody goes. अब त्यही एउटा लङ्गड राजा हुन्छ कि त्यो गाउँको, ऊ मात्रै बाँकी भयो. He has all the women he wants. उसले family create गर्ने भने, meaning change time has been ever existence. But हाम्रो चाहिँ we like to create a structure. We like to say something that happens to you is good, something that happens to you is bad. There's always a name for everything that happens in our life. There's always a reason. There's always a tag for what has happened, and that keeps us in a box. That makes us feel like, oh, bichara मेरो life, oh, khatra मेरो life. And then you keep fluctuating in this whole dimension of के भन्ने, give me a name for this dimension.
This Kali Yug?
Different yugs, yeah, you go through different yugs, right? Right now we're in Kali Yug, then
I want to make it easy for you, right? Kali Yug नै हो नि. I want to read more on अहिलेको युग के हैन, especially every time कोही न कोही नयाँ साथी मेरो अफिसमा आउँदाखेरि व्यास भने के हो भनेर सोधिरहेको हुन्छन् हैन. अनि त्यसपछि अब एउटा ऋषि व्यास थिए, त्यो व्यास ऋषिले,
you're the Kali Yug Vyas, you know, पहिलाको व्यास would collect all the knowledge and write it down. Now you're going to record all the knowledge from all different people and put it in a it's not a book, technology book. Yeah.
Technology book, and I'm going to keep it stored, and
You're sticking to the name.
Yeah, I'm sticking to the name of what Vyas gave Sanjay the divine vision. Okay?
Oh.
You know this, right? And that's how it all started. And त्यसपछि मलाई कतिजना साथीले भन्छन् अनि यो कलियुगमा यस्तै हो भनिदिन्छु कि म. यस्तै हो अब कलियुग, this is the new technology that we're going to be focusing on, and then there's so much more to see. I am excited for technology. मलाई चाहिँ किन त्यो टेक्नोलोजीले गर्दा मान्छेले इन्फर्मेसन कसैले खोजेको छ भने चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ पाइहाल्छ. त्यो मेरो इन्ट्रेस्टको फ्याक्टर भयो कि. तिमीलाई टेक्नोलोजी?
It creates more option. You don't, हजुरले भने जस्तै, you're not present because you have everything on your hand. Manom, we were looking for an apple, we'll go right apple ma apple sauce on, so we'll click on apple sauce, apple pie on, so we forget what we're looking for. I think that's what technology will make us do. We'll forget what we're actually looking for because we have so many options. We don't know what we're looking for in just Alexa. But at the same, it's going to be very convenient.
Yeah.
And you're going to forget
what the real thing is and what the reality is. Pani huncha hola at one point. Malai ke लाग्छ थाहा छ? At one point, हैन, maybe we might not exist, हैन, हामी हुन्छ हुँदैन होला, हैन.
Maybe there'll be a technology where we'll still be there.
We'll still be around, right?
Yeah, we'll still be around.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. Somebody might be listening to this after like 100 years. The amazing thing that's going to be Like, I think as human beings, we're trying to go outwards, Aile.
Yeah.
We're forgetting to go inwards right now. But there's going to be a time again where we'll start going inwards again. Okay? मलाई किन त्यो चाहिँ तर एउटा त्यो पिक चाहिँ पुग्न अझै धेरै टाइम लाग्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कि त्यो पिक पुगिसकेपछि बल्ल हामीले रियलाइज गर्छौँ कि दिस इज नट वाट वी वान्टेड
I think then it would be, again, the time would be धेरै ढिलो भइसक्यो हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ. But like Kaliyug is not about going inward. Kaliyug is always about looking outward. त्यही भएर we have less Rishi Munis. We have idea if modern Rishi Muni would be Elon and these are people who are going outward and still finding greatness.
Yeah.
Again. And now inward जाने त बिर्सिन्छ because they're gonna create यस्तो हामीसँग like अघि भने जस्तै एप्पलबाट एप्पल ससबाट एप्पल पाइमा जान्छ. So people, regular people or ordinary people would just forget. And few people would be able to rule. अहिले पनि त्यस्तै त छ नि. Few people would be able to rule over the world. But those people would have more access and more technology and more resources. We're going to a mankind where we're more controlled. And we're not even realizing we're more controlled. And I think we'll just forget. We'll be very happy with our robots serving us teas, coffees, and cleaning our stuff, and we'll forget what is inward.
You live by yourself, eh? If you don't mind me asking this.
Oh.
त्यो फिलिङ होइन आफूसँग भएको फिलिङ
नेपालमा हैन फेरि US
होइन,
मा
बाहिर,
for my parents would be like, you live by yourself.
त्यो फिलिङ के फर्स्ट टाइमको त्यो फिलिङ के बिकज इट्स सच अ बेस्ट फिलिङ इन द वर्ल्ड के
हजुर.
आफू आफैमा डिपेन्डेन्ट के जे गरे पनि होइन स्मलेस्ट अफ द स्मलेस्ट टास्क आफैले गर्नु पर्यो नि त नि होइन
हजुर.
हाउ इज द्याट फिलिङ आई रियली वान्ट यु टु एक्सप्लेन इट टु एभ्रीबडी इफ यु डोन्ट माइन्ड
Well, yeah. Starting, I think I got the independence in a very different way. Very, very different way. I think hamro yo kura, we had this talk in our previous
Just a gist.
Just when त्यति बेला चाहिँ I was sent to US because I wasn't being a very good kid. भनौँ न, I wasn't studying much. I wasn't doing what a perfect daughter would do.
Perfect daughter.
And त्यही भएर त्यति बेला when I found my first independence, I was very scared. मलाई मन परेन because I was very dependent. अनि I didn't know even in कसरी how do you become an independent को I पनि थाहा थिएन कि like how do I start पनि थाहा थिएन. I had a culture shock किनभने पहिला अब साथीहरूसँग मिलेर washroom गइन्थ्यो भने त्यहाँ US मा everybody goes on their own. It's going to be very weird if you say like you want to come to the washroom with me in a break, right? Because people are doing their own stuff. So त्यति बेला चाहिँ I had a culture shock, but then as time passed, when I started being more spiritual, I think my independence came with spirituality. My independence was more of finding the friend within me than trying to find a friend outside. Before I even went to US, I was a very मलाई साथी चाहिन्थ्यो नि के, someone to talk to, someone to गफ लडाउन होइन, gossiping and hanging out. It was something I really, really enjoyed doing it. तर त्यो independence where I had the culture shock एक्लै भएपछि चाहिँ I was forced to find myself हुन्छ नि, who am I, भित्र के हो, what am I supposed to do, where am I going with this life. त्यो कुरा चाहिँ I started, and it began with mantra chanting, but I went through various life phases. साथीहरू पनि आए गए, but then you start to create this criteria रहेछ के, because you've experienced that bliss within yourself. You start to ask, म यो साथीसँग हुँदाखेरि do I feel that bliss, which is not, that's not what you're supposed to do because you're not being present. तर when you're just starting to find yourself out, त्यति बेला you start to create a criteria, and from the criteria I moved to the point where I started accepting, becoming aware of the emotions I was going through. And त्यति बेला I would be like, I feel, just an example, मलाई मन दुख्यो भनेपछि I would substitute it with something that would make me forget it. It could be an intoxication, it could be some other person जसले चाहिँ मेरो माइन्डबाट त्यो कुरा हटाइदिन्थ्यो. Then I moved to a phase, currently I'm in that phase where if I feel sadness, I'm sitting down and I'm feeling it. And I'm listening to my mind, creating the story of why I'm feeling sad. So just an example, manu mero train chhudyo re.
Yeah.
And then I'm late for work. Then I'm anxious because I'm late for work. So I'm going to sit with my anxiousness and I'm going to say, listen to the story of like, यसरी म यति बेला उठेँ यस्तो गरिनँ यसरी खाइनँ यसरी छिटो लुगा लाएन. I spend more time watching or talking to my parents back home. They were I missed the train. And then after I listen to that mind story, I'm like, okay, how much of it that is true? And then I close my eyes and I think back to what actually happened. It's just my mind making up story. So I'm just like, okay, so that was nothing else. So anxiousness will stay for what, a minute or two and it'll go. And automatically everything falls into places, right? So that was another independence that I experienced. Arco independence, financially been independent on a signal, which I think brings me back to creating ek Bhagavad Gita. So त्यति बेला my intention of creating ek Bhagavad Gita was like, because this is my content, मैले यो content गरे, my dad will trust me more, I'll be more financially secure and independent जस्तो लाग्थ्यो. But then it didn't turn out to be that way. Although I got my intentionally socheko desire. Now after Bhagavad Gita, ek barsa I just had to stay in US. When US I was like, I have to get up and do something on my own. I was like, what do I do on my own? What do I know best? I love working with children, so I'm gonna go with autism sector, man. And if I work with children with autism, I'm gonna do it in a very holistic way, a very spiritual way. I'm not gonna apply it to ABA tradition, and then it worked out. I have letters from parents, which is very close to heart. And the proud feelings when they say and appreciate what you have done has changed their lives and their bachaharko life. And that's when I felt financially secure and independent. And then because I thought Bhagavad Gita was going to be my pathway to independence. And it did become, but not the way I expected. Yeah. So my intention came to fruition. But in a very different way. I was because the content I didn't have it in me to be like, you know what, send me some money, I need some backup. I had this push by, okay, I'll go out. That's enough. They are independence. So it's like independence, human biology, financially, spiritually, and our companionship and I think we just talked about when we were downstairs. I'm done with situationships and everything because I finally started to feel happy with myself, fulfilled. I can go to a cafe, sit on my own, eat and read a book. I can sit on my own and wait for someone. I can be on the train on my own and go on a journey. So like Samay, again, the ever-existing time was always there, but it was now that I became aware. Now I'm friends with it. Paila, I wasn't friends with it. So it's always, it sparked emotions that I didn't like.
No.
Am I everywhere? Was that
No.
a question?
No. Don't worry. I'll track back it. One by one, go to my हिजो म दुईजना भाइहरूसँग बसेको थिएँ होइन. I can call them भाइहरू होइन, दुईजना. Both in the early 20s. They were stressed के. उनीहरू कस्तो स्ट्रेस थियो कि ला हामीले गरेको पुगेकै छैन, हामीले गरेको भएकै छैन, हामीले त कति गर्न बाँकी छ भन्ने कन्भर्सेसन चलिरहेको थियो कि होइन. एन्ड देन उनीहरूले रिफ्लेक्ट ब्याक गर्यो अबाउट दे वर इन देयर mid-20s, early 20s को अरूको बारेमा कुरा गर्न थाल्यो कि उनीहरूले होइन कि हेर न ऊ त कहाँ पुगिसक्यो भनेर होइन. अनि आई वाज थिङ्किङ हियर आई इन माई late 30s होइन. म यसो सोचिरहेको थिएँ, शिट, आई हेभन्ट डन एनिथिङ. There's so much for me to personally go ahead and do if these guys are feeling that way, right? But again, tracking back to what you just said, आफ्नो टाइमको लागि त कति धेरै गरिसक्यो नि त. आफ्नो टाइमको लागि त यु अचिभड सो मच नो. स्मल गोल्स लाइक मैले अघि नै त्यो कन्भर्सेसन किन गरेको, ट्र्याकिङ ब्याक टु सेप्टेम्बर लास्ट डे वेन वी वर सिटिङ डाउन होइन. एकचोटि आफूले आफ्नो बारेमा सोच्न थालिसकेपछि ओके मलाई चाहिँ के चाहियो त. मलाई मेन्टल पिस चाहियो, त्यो नम्बर 1 भयो होइन.
That's the important one.
The most important one, which we forget.
Yes.
We start thinking about mental stability for somebody else. It can be spouse, it can be family member, it can be friends. I believe that's number 1. You realize that once you start staying by yourself. living by yourself or doing things by yourself, which I'm sure you started realizing. I'm sure you realized it back in the day as well.
Yeah.
तर अहिले अझ त्यो strong भएको छ कि छैन?
When I was living, पहिला when starting मा जब एक्लै बस भनेर त्यो push भयो नि, I was against it. Okay? I wasn't with the time. I was creating emotion that wasn't necessary. अहिले सोच्दाखेरि. But then I'm not going to say it wasn't necessary. I think I was not friends with time. I was just fighting the time. I was trying, मेरो control मा भएन भनेर I was very angry with the time. त्यही भएर चाहिँ living back then was more of like living just for the sake of living. I have to live. I have to go to college. I have to stay here. I have to be a good kid. Then I'll get my financial help from my parents. I'll just be good. You know, this is what I want to do. And then त्यसपछि अर्को phase आयो, spiritual phase, where I started recognizing time. Recognizing recognizing and being aware is a two different thing रहेछ. And then recognition पछि awareness आयो. Awareness पछि being acceptance आउँदो रहेछ.
हो नि, once you accept it, that's the most important thing रहेछ कि त्यो डोमिनो इफेक्ट हुँदो रहेछ कि होइन, जहाँ चाहिँ त्यो कहिलेकाहीँ भनिन्छ नि होइन, यतिमै टर्यो भनेर कि त्यही हिजोको कन्भर्सेसनमै त्यो भाइको एक्सिडेन्ट भएको रहेछ होइन, he broke his arm. हस्पिटल पुगेर सबै थोक once he got not recovered, once he put the steel in, once he operated होइन, अनि डक्टरले भनेर रहेछन् कि धन्न यति मात्र, like be happy that your arm was broken, not your head. So same thing.
हाम्रो बानी चाहिँ त्यही हो
के होइन, लास्टमा गएर
be happy यो भएन यति
भयो होइन. सो कहिलेकाहीँ म सोध्छु कि होइन, हामी त्यो ठाउँमा त्यो टाइममा पुगेनौँ नि होइन, त्यसले गर्दा राम्रै भयो होला कि, that we were late. Are you getting me what I'm trying to say?
But again, if you say राम्रो भयो, there's a dualism. Okay? If you say this happened, that's why it's good. There's going to be a bad to it.
Something or the other is definitely there, lingering around.
Yes. So if you say this was for the best, then there will be a part that was for the worst.
Something or the other is definitely there.
But then
the universe has to balance itself.
But then if you just remove the duality and be like, it was just for what it was, it just happened because it had to happen. You do not put a story to it. You do not put a label of good and bad or best or worse or happy or sad. It just becomes very neutral, okay? Which I think Bhagavad Gita talks about being neutral. Just neutral is the key for being present.
Neutrality.
Hazur. Anything, there's no dualism to it. It's very difficult to say there's no dualism because we are wired to live with dualism, you know. But then practice to be aware that everything is just as it is. Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's just the way it is.
We wait for tomorrow रहेछ कि भोलिको दिन चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ भनेर होइन, भोलिको लागि बाँच्छ नि त.
Expectation.
होइन, भोलि चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ, आज मेहनत गऱ्यो भने भोलि राम्रो हुन्छ भनेर. मेरो थट प्रोसेस, आज मेहनत गऱ्यो भने अहिले राम्रो हुन्छ, यही क्षणमा राम्रो हुन्छ. लेट्स नट वेट फर टुमोरो. माई थट प्रोसेस इज द्याट नाउ. मोस्ट प्रब्ली पहिला मलाई पनि जे सिकायो म पनि त त्यही बोल्ने त हो नि होइन. हामीलाई जे पाठ पढायो हामीले त्यही बोल्ने त हो नि. तिमीलाई कसैले आध्यात्मको बारेमा सिकाएर अथवा कसै न कसैले कतै न कतैबाट त तिमीलाई त्यो कुकुनमा त अलिकति भए पनि पुष्ट गरायो होला नि त नि होइन, स्पिरिचुअलिटीको पाथमा. तिमी के आफै नै there you go. Exactly.
The ever existing samay. It was in the samay of 20 वर्ष लाग्यो आध्यात्ममा जान्छु. It was just the samay of time. The situation that was happening, all I needed was to be aware, to recognize, to accept. भनेपछि त it was with me all the time नि त हैन. I just wasn't, the I self wasn't willing to accept, listen, recognize, be aware.
You were just not ready.
I think it was more of like I really wanted to control. That's how human mind works. You just really want to be in control of everything around you. Everything you have, everything you're familiar with. यस्तो कपलाई यति धेरै कफी, ठ्याक्कै यति नै कफी हुनुपर्छ. तर मानौँ कफी सक्यो, then त्यसले चुक गर्छ. यति मात्र कफी भएला के गर्ने. That's the control. That's the structure we hanker for.
पैसा रहेछ कि. You know, for mental health to be secure, It's such a fantastic conversation we're about to jump into, होइन? तिम्रो लागि चाहिँ के कुरा रहेछ त? लाइक के कुरा चाहिँ हुनुपर्ने रहेछ आफ्नो मेन्टल हेल्थ एकदम ब्यालेन्स्ड हुनको लागि? When you think about it now.
I just have to be present. I really have to be present.
Companionship, financial stability, health.
मलाई एकजना कसरी how do I term it? A saint. A saint. If you look at a saint, हाम्रो पशुपतिको जोगीहरू, they're very blissful, right? I'm not talking about the ones who are very blissful with the help of something else.
With the help of substance.
Substance, yeah. I'm talking about who are just in a blissful state within afne energy, but there's no influence of nothing. So उनीहरूलाई हेर्दाखेरि they've received everything they wanted in life through them, within them. अनि कहिलेकाहीँ दुःखमा पनि आफू प्रेजेन्ट हुन सिक्यो भने चाहिँ it's very easy to overcome it. आजको भर्खरैको instance was that बिहान उठ्ने बित्तिकै my first thought is I have to get ready for whatever next I'm doing. My dad's first thought is la film banaunu parne. Right? So you see there's a difference in psychology. I am just being present. He has just thought that त्यो सोचेर he's going to start his day with future. And he's not going to be too present. He's going to be anxious. He's going to be irritated. He's going to be agitated by someone doing something not right. And that's how you start your work. You're just not there. You're somewhere else that hasn't happened. And you forget what's happening.
Not living in the present.
Yeah, so if you could live in the present and be like, I cannot make a movie at this moment, at this period, at this second, you accept it. And you say, what do I do next? मेरो अगाडि कफी छ, म कफी खान्छु. मेरो अगाडि मेरो साथीहरू छ, म गफ गर्छु. You're just there, no? And when the time comes for the movie to be made, you'll be there too. So you do not need anything else, जस्तो लाग्छ.
Do you worry about the future?
Do I worry about the future? No. If someone comes and asks me, what's your plan for 5 years, or where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'm like, I'm literally blank. I say, I don't know, because I don't know where I'll be in 5 years. And यो चाहिँ मैले New Yorkको trainमा you meet the most amazing people.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, subwayमा you meet the most amazing people. And I met a person, a soul, who had nothing with him भनेर बुझिन्छ के. But so happy, so blissful. Not because he has nothing, not because he hasn't done anything. He's just so blissful. And what's his next stop? भनेको he's going to stop at this bagel shop, get a bagel because he has $2 in his pocket. And I was like, so do you need help for after the bagel? खाएपछि के त चाहिन्छ होला? I was like, no, don't worry about it. I'm going to eat the bagel first, and then I'll see what will happen next.
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. And I was like, wow. Can you call that person a beggar? He didn't beg.
No.
He was just with the time.
Yeah.
And the time gave him a bagel at that moment, and he took it. And he didn't say, Mero next bagel छैन, give me something. He said, I'll see. Probably find something. And then he wasn't a person who would go around and ask him for money. गीत गाउँछ यो. गाएर he would just sing. जति जसले दिन्छ दिन्छ. That's the service he can provide to humankind. That's what he said. I can provide my voice. If you feel happy with my voice, offer whatever you get. And he'll accept whatever he has. And I felt like maybe he's a time traveler. My New York, my time traveler.
You never know. You never know. You never know. That's so awesome, eh? More calling, I think about it, you know, that you're like, I wish you, Thaza Timlai भन्छु म यो, हैन? I was just thinking about it this morning as well, हैन? म राइस अलि कम खान्छु, हैन? दाल, रोटी, तरकारी, अचार. त्यो चारवटा मलाई हरेक दिन दियो भने हैन बिहान दिउँसो बेलुका I'll be happy. त्यही त रहेछ. I'm happy enough with having food in my stomach to be able to have this conversation, हैन? I want to have this conversation for, let's say, how far I can take it, हैन?
Yeah.
एक point पुगेपछि चाहिँ हैन, I've never said this to anybody, हैन? एक point पुगेपछि चाहिँ I think I want to work with my hands. Take a break. Take a break from all the thoughts, everything that comes in my mind, work with my hands, maybe carpentry, maybe pottery, maybe, I don't know, grow potatoes like I care, right? Just do that. And then even if I have $0 in my bank account, I'm completely fine with that. You know, maybe go in work in somebody's farm or somebody's wood shop or somebody's clay pot shop, you know, and take a break from everything else. Not now yet, because I still know that there's so much more that I could probably give to this country. You feel me what I'm trying to say?
That's the mindset you're supposed to have, right? Maybe that's what you're supposed to say when they ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You're just like, I don't know, I have too much to give to the humankind or the mankind or the country. Still have to offer a lot. That's where I see myself in 5 years.
Role models important रहेछ कि मैले अहिले आएर चाहिँ रियलाइज गरिरहेको छु कि होइन नट मेन्टर्स है मैले मेन्टर्स भनेको छैन होइन पिपल हु टक अबाउट द प्रेजेन्ट एन्ड वाट दे डु टुडे कि मलाई कतिचोटि मैले यो व्यक्तिको एक्जाम्पल दिन्छु होइन बट वान अफ माई फेभरेट एक्जाम्पल्स अबाउट इलन मस्क इज होइन म उठ्छु बिहान
What time?
Doesn't matter.
Are you breakfast club, 5 a.m. breakfast
No. I wake up in the morning, I work, I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning, I go to work, I go to sleep. I do that 7 days a week.
See, you're already putting an expectation to your future, okay?
I know where you're getting at, right? 365 days, I work for the betterment of mankind. That's what he said. I love that. So कतै न कतैबाट अब that is a sacrifice पनि फेरि maybe because त्यो सोसाइटीले त त्यो एक्सपेक्ट गर्दैन नि त सोसाइटीले तिमीलाई एउटा X amount of टाइमसम्म तिमी यो गर X amount of टाइमसम्म तिमी यो गर X amount of टाइमसम्म तिमी यो गर अनि तिमीले यो रिवार्ड पाउँछौ भनेर रिवार्ड त चाहियो नि त केही न केही होइन र reward system that's something that gets us going.
That gets your human mind, our minds going, our bodies moving. Reward linear.
Krishna says something very similar too, right?
Krishna says something of reward. He says, do not expect a reward. Just do it. He's all about being present. He's all about being present. He's like, Arjuna, you fight. Don't think about anything else. You just fight. Because that's what you're given at this situation is this, your sword, your rath, you fight. He was like, don't think about the relationship you've had with the other side or what's going to happen after the, right now, at this moment, you're in a war zone, you fight.
Tomorrow you love.
Tomorrow, he doesn't say tomorrow this is what you're going to get. He never says that. He just says you fight. What's going to happen has already been decided. This is the question that I always think about is that fate and destiny is two different things. Fate, death is fated. Destiny, arko naam cha malai free will ho jasto lagcha destiny ko. You can create your own destiny, but your fate is fated. Meaning, एउटा चम्चा बन्नु नै छ भने त्यो चम्चा बनेरै छाड्छ but the way you get to the चम्चा, the destiny, the way you get to it, you could employ दुईजना मान्छे, you could do it on your own, but that chamcha will happen. That's fate.
What were you born to do?
Well, what is that? If I knew.
Yeah.
If I knew that, I think I would. But I think I was born to just be present and figure out human emotions, figure out who I am. Maybe I'll die never figuring out who I am. Maybe that's the essence of everything, to never be able to figure out. I mean, if anyone could figure out, then I think you would be God. No? Bhagwan bhayo ni ta. Afu afulai payo bhane. But then again, aham brahmasmi sa. It says, ma bhitrai cha Brahma, ma bhitrai cha Bhagwan.
Vishnu, ma bhitrai cha sabai.
Sabai. I am God. But I think a person reaches to that stage when they have really known who they are. I'm still in the phase of figuring it out. I hope I figure it out.
If we can, then we will be like, we've reached
Nirvana?
Nirvana, the divineness. I don't think so. मलाई चाहिँ प्राइम मिनिस्टरले भनेको कुरा हो कि होइन करेन्ट प्राइम मिनिस्टरले मलाई आई थिङ्क सोमा भनेको कुरा होइन गएपछि त सकिहाल्यो नि मेरो legacy, मेरो सबै थोक, I'm gone. Like, I'm gone. Like, म गइसकेँ होइन. I've already God knows where, होइन, up, down, God knows where, but I'm already gone, right? So, म अहिले जहाँ छु, जे ठाउँमा छु, त्यहाँ पो त मैले गरेर देखाउने हो त.
Your existence.
That's it.
At the present, yeah.
I don't care about legacy. I don't care about all the other things that happen. So यो मैले personally भने होइन, like, मैले जे contribute गर्न सक्छु,
हजुरको
contribute गर्छु
legacy
नि.
यो technology bookले देखाउँछ नि for the future.
Ooh.
For the future, yeah. Legacy is again lived through people who admire you, who make you a role model, who still use your gyan, still use your.
But I'm dead. Like, for me,
But you wouldn't know.
Personally, I wouldn't care. Like, if त्यो तिमी इजिप्ट गएको छौ? छैन नि, म पनि छैन होइन. मलाई एकदम जानु मन छ इजिप्ट होइन. मलाई चाहिँ पिरामिड्स हेर्नु मन छ कि. त्यहाँ चाहिँ किन चाहिँ फ्यारोजहरूले होइन, किन चाहिँ पावरफुल व्यक्तिहरूले चाहिँ आफूलाई चाहिँ त्यो पिरामिड्सभित्र राखे कि मम्मिफाई गरेर कि होइन. मम्मिफाई गर्दाखेरि उनीहरूले आफ्नो सामान पनि राखे कि त्यहाँ होइन. उनीहरूले अब सुन राख्यो होला, खानेकुरा राख्यो होला, आफूलाई मनपर्ने सामानहरू राख्यो होला, सो द्याट अर्को जीवनमा चाहिँ उनीहरू त्यो अर्को जीवनमा पुग्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो सबै होस् पनि भनेर कि. Fascinating. Sometimes when I think about it, like
Human
people,
mind.
exactly. Like thought process was, I would take this with me.
Control. We just love control. Even after death, we think we have it all. We can have it all.
We won't.
I know.
I don't think so. I don't believe in that. Do you believe in something like that?
That I'll have something in me.
You would take something with you?
Well, I don't. Ye body ta lana paunदैन नि. What can I take? What will I be taking? Probably अब शास्त्रमा भने जस्तै your soul keeps a record. त्यो लान्छु होला कि. Mere soul अहिले in this existing body, what I'm doing, what I'm accumulating, what I'm releasing. त्यही लान्छु कि. त्यस्तो पनि लाग्छ. But again, I don't know.
I think we're born to give, okay? Give.
Of course, service.
Give. Like, it can be service, it can be like to learn and to give. होइन, सिक्ने अनि दिने. I think that's the most important thing. The older we get, we want to give more. होइन, but the older we get, I believe we want to learn slightly less maybe. किनभने मलाई सबै थाहा भइसक्यो भन्ने पनि एउटा फिलिङ आउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई. That over time with experience as well. Like, okay, I know, now I want to give back. होइन, but त्यो learning process चाहिँ बन्द गर्नु चाहिँ हुँदैन the older we get. होइन, at least I don't want to. होइन, त्यो giving चाहिँ should definitely continue के. हुन्छ नि, that you have to give back. आफूले भर्खर भने जस्तै cinema is such a fantastic way of giving back. One of my favorite movie is 2001 A Space Odyssey भन्ने छ कि. I don't know if I shared this with you last time तिमी आउँदाखेरि. It's a very old movie, होइन. 2001 A Space Odyssey. It's about people who go in space के. जमानाको सिनेमा हो कि. हेर त कहिले आएको थियो यो सिनेमा होइन. I completely forgot. Stanley Kubrickको सिनेमा हो यो होइन. This was 1968.
Wow.
Imagine this when mankind was going to the moon. होइन. तिमीले पस्किरहेको सिनेमाहरू अथवा movies that your dad was thinking about this morning होइन. आज बिहान चाहिँ ल हुन्छ नि अब सिनेमा गर्नुपर्छ भनेर होइन. कतै न कतैबाट त्यो पनि reflection of reality हुनसक्छ for maybe a different time period के. हुनसक्छ नि.
Absolutely. Your body already knows what's next. Or your soul already knows what's next. Your consciousness already knows what's next. Just लाग्छ.
2002 मा when you were in the cinema हुन्छ नि होइन. First time 2002, 1 or 2 along that line.
I have no idea. I was 4 years old.
You were 4 भनेपछि okay. Do you have faint memories of being in the cinema?
No, not at all. अहिले त्यो फोटो हेर्दाखेरि पनि अचम्म लाग्छ है. And my mom tells me, तिमीलाई आऊ भन्न लगायो तिमीले. So I was just doing what I was told to do. And then I remember growing up, I was like, म सिनेमामा चाहिँ आउँदैन. If I am, I want to be behind the cameras. Mero Hajur 2 बन्ने तलसम्म I would say I would like to be behind the cameras. But then again, it's as you said, you know, your soul already knows what you're here for. तिमीले गर्नुपर्ने तिम्रो फेडेड कुरा भइसक्यो हुन्छ तिम्रो डेस्टिनीले तिमीलाई उता लान्छ यता लान्छ एट दि एन्ड आई स्टार्टेड कमिङ इन फ्रन्ट अफ द क्यामेरा आई वाज ट्राइङ टु कन्ट्रोल इट फेरि म फिर्ता यतै आएँ कि सो अघि स्पुनको इक्जाम्पल त्यही हो यो दुईजना मान्छे गऱ्यो भने छिटो जाने र एकजना मान्छे ढिलो भएर जाने फेडेड कुरा चाहिँ हुन्छ just the destiny about how you curve it makes a difference and when you reach it. Yeah.
It's just time. Oh.
Simpsons.
Oh.
That was Hami Teen Bhai. This I remember. किनभने यो बसमा हुँदा एक्सिडेन्ट भएको थियो अनि एक्सिडेन्ट भने पछाडि हामी बसेको सिसा सबै फुटेको नि I cried and I cried and I cried. I remember this. I remember this very well. Look at me the way I'm sitting.
How old are you?
I have no idea, but ever since मलाई त्यति बेलादेखि थाहा भयो I'm very good at crying. You know, मलाई आँसु निकाल्नुमा आँसु निकाल्नु.
Oh, सक्छ instant एकछिनमै.
Yeah.
Damn, that's my hardest. तर हैन हो तर थाहा छ रुन म सोचिरहेको मैले गरेर सिनेमामा मैले रुवा पनि छु हाँसे पनि छु हैन हाँस्न गाह्रो मलाई चाहिँ when I think about it त्यो मोमेन्ट त्यो एकदम ब्लिसफुल मोमेन्ट निकाल्नु भयो नि रुने त त्यो हार्ट ब्रेकतिर कतैतिर जाने बित्तिकै तर तिमी त सानोमै you were good.
I feel like I've what's it here? I've been very, very melancholic character.
Oh man, यसो सोच्दाखेरि है त अहिले आएर सोच्यो भने हैन like what's the character that you really would love to be a part of? Okay? Any cinema, any world cinema, not just Nepali cinema, world cinema, like something that is deep within you. Okay?
That I love to be part of. अब एउटा भ्याट्टी आयो, but that's something I really want to do. I really want to play all the 90s movie by Julia Roberts. I want to play Pretty Woman.
Exactly what I was about to say. I wouldn't mind playing Richard Gere.
I want to play Pretty Woman, yeah.
Favorite scene?
Has to be the opening scene. Has to be the opening scene. Where
she's in the street?
No. She's on a bed and they start with the very cheeky bottoms. They hire her. Has to be my favorite. I mean, usko character sabai त्यहीबाट बोल्छ like she explains the story through there. That has to be my favorite. Yeah. तर नेपालमा I don't think so it's still progressive enough to make a Pretty Woman yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is the final scene when Richard Gere in the limousine is on, I believe, the sunroof part of Vianet.
But I do not like the final scene.
You don't like the final scene?
No. She I mean, it's very, I think 90s ma banako bhaera it's Richard Gere, fairy tale khalko hunu paryo, and they've given her that. I feel like she should have gone usko afne adventure ma. Because she changes so much, character dimension wise, and she changes so much.
Changes her life, yeah.
Yeah, it changes everything, changes her perspective, the way she sees life, and changes. And then so I feel like last was different. But then again, it's made in 90s, so you really can't say anything.
Yeah. This one I really like, from his perspective, you know, like, oh shit, I messed up. Like, मैले गल्ती गरेँ, मैले like, I really did a stupid thing.
And this is very much like Disney one, like a princess looking out the window waiting for the man, and
he personally, as a Richard Gere point of view, as a cinema, he knows that he messed up completely, royally. You know, usko thought process bada matra say, oh my god, I'm about to make a big mistake if I let her go. Run. And yeah, I know what you're I know what you're saying. I totally know what you're saying. Have you Hungary cinema Forrest Gump maula? Yeah, Forrest Gump is a fantastic movie too.
Hi. I don't know, but she finally feels like she's found herself. But then again, usko sabai change and identity depends on the male character, so it makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense, but yeah.
No, I know what you mean. I totally know what you mean. The 90s, like this was like.
This is the perfect.
Thing.
Yeah, perfect thing. It was very commercial, no?
एकदमै commercial थियो नि.
Yeah.
एकदमै commercial थियो नि. त्यो फाइनेन्शियली ड्रिभन मान्छेहरूको त्यो थट प्रोसेस पनि त्यतिखेरको देखाउँछ होला कि मोस्ट प्रब्ली होइन वेयर
The old money, only child thought process.
I don't want to be like I shouldn't be saying this होइन तर पैसा should not be the biggest motivation to do something जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई पर्सनली लाइक कतिचोटि चाहिँ त्यो आफ्नो फेभरमा हुँदैन कि यो गरौँ कि नगरौँ भनेर होइन तर money should not be the end goal and money should not be the first goal के छैन भने फेरि एकदम गाह्रो हुन्छ मसँग छैन होइन थिएन होइन भनौँ न होइन तर यो सुरु त गर्नु मन थियो नि त मलाई यु गेटिङ मी त्यो सिनेमामा चाहिँ कतै न कतैबाट यो सिनेमा अथवा when you look at like somebody like Trump हुन्छ नि होइन it's different के like what is the end goal भनेर के But this is such a fantastic movie that you said, eh?
Yeah, I really
we should
hope
do come on, let's do it.
A Pretty Woman movie. I would love to play such a character.
Why not? Why not? अलिकति ओरिजिनल तर अलिकति ओरिजिनल
अब नेपाली पारामा ढल्कायो भने I don't know. Either you make a कसरी बनाउने भन्ने हुन्छ.
त्यो पनि हो.
Oh, Bollywood could do it. Bollywood could make a good Pretty Woman movie. किनभने त्यस्तो एरा आइसक्यो कि त्यो मार्केटमा.
Honest, तिमीलाई बलिउड कस्तो लाग्छ?
Well, I feel like it has contributed a lot in shaping मेरो generation before, generations after. We're so merged with it. It has become a part of culture. तोरीको तेल कपालमा लाउनेको कुरा चलिरहेको थियो कि अस्ति होइन विथ अ फ्रेन्ड अफ माइन होइन कपालमा यहाँ कपाल के अरे आउनलाई चाहिँ होइन तोरीको तेल लाउनुपर्छ अरे कि होइन आइएम नट लुजिङ हेयर बट आई जस्ट डोन्ट हेभ अ रिसिडिङ हेयर लाइन होइन तोरी गुगल गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के आयो भने न फर्स्ट थिङ दिलवाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे एन्ड काजल के तोरीबारीमा होइन What's going on? दुईजना तोरीबारी रहेछ कि त्यो चाहिँ होइन त्यस्तो तोरीबारी थिएन मलाई होइन अनि त्यसपछि मैले सोचेँ अरे यार म पनि तोरीबारीमा त मैले पनि गरेको छु एउटा सिन मेरो डिरेक्टरले त्यहाँबाट ल्याएर रहेछ भयो कि मलाई होइन अनि आई वाज जस्ट थिङ्किङ अबाउट इट कि द किङ अफ रोमान्स शाहरुख खान लभ अ बोय oh my god मलाई के याद आएन मम्माले भन्छ नि कि बच्चा बेला चाहिँ म रोएँ भने होइन शाहरुख खानको मुभी लगाइदिनु पर्थ्यो नि आई वुड स्टप क्राइङ एन्ड आई वुड स्माइल एन्ड लुक एट हिम के आई थिङ्क इट्स अरा इट्स एनर्जी द्याट यु हेभ टु हेभ एन्ड ही हेज इट जस्तो लाग्छ आई डोन्ट नो आई हेभन्ट मेट द गाय
Not yet. नारकी भी जित्ने वालेको बाजीगर कहते हैं त्यो हो मेरो फेभरेट डायलग त शाहरुख खानको त्यो नै हुन्छ अलवेज इट्स गोना बी द्याट हारेर पनि जित्नेलाई चाहिँ बाजीगर भन्छ भनेर होइन शाहरुख खान ओके काजल अमेजिङ डु दिलवाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे डु यु रिमेम्बर वाचिङ द मुभी छैन है
आई मिन आई नो बिट्स अफ इट
त्यो ट्रेनको सिन हो
ट्रेनको सिनहरू अनि त्यसपछि वाट एल्स युरोपको ट्रेनको सिनहरू त्यति बेला जान्छ होइन युरोप जान्छ होइन दिलवाले
त्यो नेपाली त्यो के अरे त्यो इन्डियाको तोरीबारी होइन त्यो युरोपियन तोरीबारी हो त्यो हेर त गुगल गरेर त कहाँको तोरीबारी रहेछ
होइन तोरीबारी त इन्डियाकै हो
ए हो क्या युरोपियन तोरीबारी
नो युरोपमा पनि त एउटा गाडीमा त रक्सी खाएर दे जस्ट स्टार्ट डान्सिङ यही फिल्म त हो नि होइन
हो यही फिल्म हो यो हो त्यो सेकेन्डवाला फोटो गरेर त सेकेन्ड या द्याट्स द वान
तोरीबारी
द्याट आई वाज टकिङ अबाउट त्यही तोरी गर्दाखेरि यो आएको थियो कि मस्टर्ड फिल्ड डिडिएलजे गरेको तिमीले ओके द्याट्स अ गुड वान बडी होइन No, Richard, no, we're talking about love cinema, right? What would be the next? Okay, Pretty Woman, definitely there. A romantic movie? Yeah, Pretty Woman, of course.
Arco, I would love to do a Runaway Bride. Again by Julia Roberts. Here the Runaway Bride.
Runaway Bride, X? That's a nice one. मलाई मन पर्ने Julia Roberts को movie चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ with John Cusack. I forgot the name of the movie. John Cusack is in love with Julia Roberts' sister in the movie, but later he falls in love with Julia Roberts. Okay? Runaway Bride मैले ओके यो चाहिँ मैले हेरेको छैन ल यसमा पनि हो र
Yeah.
दुवैजना हो
Yeah.
थाहा छैन मलाई के हुन्छ यो सिनेमामा
Well, she cannot commit to a person. And that's so mean.
अनि लास्टमा
Last she runs away from like के हुन्छ भने चारचोटि she runs away from the wedding and Richard Gere चाहिँ एउटा news reporter हुन्छ. So he writes in a column and he writes about runaway bride and then he comes उसको टाउनमा आएर उसलाई इन्टरभ्यू गर्न खोज्छ and then they fall in love and फेरि wedding scene आउँछ again she runs away. And यो चाहिँ मलाई perfect छ कि she runs away, she finds herself, she finds what kind of egg she likes and she comes back फिर्ता आएर and she proposes Richard Gere again के उसले propose गर्छ. It's very like different.
Nice, I really like it. John Cusack होइन गुगल यसैमा गुगल गर्नु do it on this one. John Cusack, John C-U Cusack and Julia Roberts movie. I forgot the name of the cinema. एउटा होटलमा हुन्छ कि यिनीहरू होइन लास्टमा होइन अनि
America's Sweetheart?
America's Sweetheart 2000 oh this is the one. Yeah, this is the movie. हेरेको छ कि छैन यो
I think so.
Charlie's अर्को
model हुन्छ क्या
she's Charlie's no what's her name again Charlie's cast हेर त एकपल्ट
She's very famous. No?
Charlie's Catherine Zeta-Jones now I remember हो त so Julia Roberts चाहिँ उसको दिदी बहिनी हुन्छ क्या अरे होइन John Cusack at the end of the day I'll reveal it for you he falls in love with Julia Roberts के I think we should no thriller do you like thrillers
Yeah, a bit. हेर्न मजा आउँछ.
हेर्न मजा
हिजो I
आउँछ
was watching बुलबुलैया 1
भुलभुलैया 1 मा भूतै त हो तर
हो पनि हैन पनि which is such a good blend of psychology and tantra के it doesn't say she was possessed and it doesn't say she like dissociative identity disorder भनेको many don't really have the reason for why it happens and how people are affected by it. But then if you involve a spiritual intake into the DID ko psychology ma, it has the energy, different kind of energy.
X देखाउ त त्यो प्लिज शो इट टु एभ्रीबडी यसकै गीत हो क्या मलाई गीत मात्रै हेर्छ यही त हो नि होइन के हुन्छ अरे यो सिनेमामा न छैन मैले के हुन्छ यो सिनेमा आई डोन्ट नो त्यो भूतको घर हो एउटा त्यस्तै के हुन्छ हैन
so she has a dissociative disorder हुन्छ हैन like I mean multiple personality disorder जस्तै हो and then she finds the mahalko story familiar with her own story and then she becomes Manjulika. In a psychological way, it's very possible for someone who has gone through a lot of trauma. I know. And then again, they put a tantra way of getting her out of that disorder too. So it's more of like spiritual psychology intake in giving therapy, psychotherapy, spiritual psychotherapy just there. So it's, for me, being in psychology field, spiritual psychology field, your movie is a must watch. Okay? The way they find her to find herself again is amazing. They involve tantra pani at the end ma. Like के गर्छ भने चाहिँ she gets a revenge जस्तै गरेर देखाउँछ के and then she recovers भने जस्तै. So it's a very good movie. Priya Darshan भन्ने रहेछ. I always thought it was the same director अहिले 2 र 3 गरेको होइन रहेछ. It was a different, yeah.
So go Google something for me. Google मा जाउँ न. हैन have you watched a real horror movie? म horror हेर्न सक्दिनँ हैन यो मेरो उसमै छैन हैन but Nicole Kidman The Others हो के अरे गरेर त यो चाहिँ मैले हेरेँ. This is one of my favorite. Nicole Kidman The Others हो मलाई चाहिँ this is the one. मलाई चाहिँ कहिले मैले हैन कुनै movie if I play a movie or if I produce a movie I want to produce a movie somewhat along this line के हैन जहाँ चाहिँ ending is so fascinating and I don't want to give it away and this is not exactly a horror pani ke
हजुर
but kind of
it's like a thriller horror psychological
complete psychological हैन अनि उसको she's lost a few things के in her life and त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ over time चाहिँ उति reality मा हुन्छ के you getting what I'm trying to say त्यो चाहिँ कतै न कतैबाट चाहिँ mentally हुन्छ नि it's all in our mind होइन अघि नै एमपिटी भन्दाखेरि मैले रियलाइज गरेँ कि सबै थोक यहाँ हुन्छ नि होइन एभ्रिथिङ इज इन यर माइन्ड नि त होइन र हामीले चाहिँ के पस्किँदैछौँ भनेर कि बिकज सिनेमा प्लेज सच अ भाइटल रोल इन द फ्याब्रिक अफ सोसाइटी के 90s को फ्याब्रिक रिचर्ड गेयर र के जुलिया रबर्ट्सको थियो अहिले मेबी हुन्छ नि होइन इफ यु मेक अ सिनेमा लाइक द्याट इफ यु मेक अ सिनेमा लाइक बिफोर मिडनाइट सरी बिफोर सनसेट आई डोन्ट नो हुन्छ नि
A Rainy Day in New York is a perfect modern time love story.
I don't know this. A Rainy Day in New York.
Yeah. That's my favorite Woody Allen bado.
Oh.
And Timothy Chalamet.
I know this. I know this.
I have watched zillion times.
You?
Yeah.
अब अहिले अलिकति फास्ट पेस चाहियो कि लाइक
Because I love पनि fast paced मा हुन्छ कि होइन
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Chit everything is so fast and quick and थाहै हुँदैन कहिले सुरु भयो कहिले खतम right?
आफूले साउथ मुभी हेर्ने गरेछ
South movie very few.
Very few होइन मलाई अस्ति एकजना साथीले तिमीले त यो त के थियो पुष्पा 2 होइन पुष्पा 2 त छ पुष्पा 1 भन्ने चाहिँ हेरेँ मैले तिमीले हेऱ्यो पुष्पा 1 त्यो द गाइ इज लाइक
Oh my god हिजो ममा र मैले त्यही भनेको थिएँ पुष्पाले कहाँबाट यस्तो गर्न सिकेन मन्जुलका डज द्याट कि when she walks भुताउँदै
यस्तो छ के पुष्पाको यस्तो पनि के
No but he has this walking structure के And Manjulika and Bulbulaya one also walks like
this. Goes the same thing. Pushpa 2 हो के अरे होइन आउन लाग्यो होइन होइन somebody अस्ति कसले मैले लास्ट राम्रोसँग फेरि दुईचोटि हेरेँ भने चाहिँ बाहुबली हो म बाहुबलीको स्टोरी एकदम फ्यासिनेटिङ लागेको थियो होइन हार्ट ब्रेक छ लभ छ डिसेप्सन छ होइन थ्रिल छ आई बिलिभ बाहुबली हेज द्याट होल प्याकेज
कमर्सियल प्याकेज
होइन मलाई चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ मैले आई बिलिभ मैले वान अफ द फर्स्ट साउथ मुभी हेरेको होइन मैले फर्स्ट साउथ मुभी मेरो लाइफमा हेरेको भने चाहिँ ओहो साइलेन्ट मुभी हो कि कमल हसनको ओके सो कमल हसन साइलेन्ट मुभी गरे त मुभीमा कुनै उनै छैन आई बिलिभ अलमोस्ट जिरो डायलग छ मुभीमा कमल हसनको 90s को मुभी होला यो होइन म सानो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ यो सिनेमा टिभीमा आएको थियो कि अनि मैले अब मोस्ट मैले हेर्न नहुने होला होइन म सानै थिएँ होला बट यो सिनेमा पुष्पक हो कि भन्ने छ हेर है गुगल हेर है यसमा चाहिँ एउटा हो यो मुभी हो
पुष्पक विमान
87 को हो यो Damn, I was born this year.
It's more like the Chaplin kind.
He falls in love with the next door neighbor. Okay, I know. Isko poster dekhaun na bhai. You dekhar the camera छैन. Go back the poster गरे त पुष्पक movie. होइन त्यो पोस्टर सो ही फल्स इन लभ विथ हर इफ आई एम नट मिस्टेकन होइन अनि विकिपिडियामा जाउँ न के रहेछ यो अलिकति जिसमा समरी मात्र हेर्ने मुभीको होइन यो मुभीमा चाहिँ हो सरी भाइ गो ब्याक अनि उता तल आइएमडिबीमा जाऊ त त्यहाँ ठ्याक्क बुझाएको छ एन्ड अनएम्प्लोइड ग्रेजुएट होइन encounters a rich, unconscious man and takes over his lifestyle. So basically, उसँग पैसा चाहिँ केही पनि हुँदैन अनि उसले चाहिँ takes over this person's house होइन and he falls in love with
the next door neighbor.
भन्नाले he gets attracted to the next window neighbor होइन तर in real life lastमा चाहिँ he actually falls in love. I'll reveal it होइन he falls in love with the lady who is next to his original house के लास्टमा चाहिँ हुन्छ नि होइन अब उसलाई त्यो फेसिनेटिङ लाइफ चाहिँ उसले पाउँछ त्यो मान्छेको घरमा त्यो धनी मान्छेको घरमा होइन तर लास्टमा चाहिँ he actually falls in love with
It has a very deep meaning, no? Hey, when you just explained it, it has a very deep meaning of wanting something to only know that it's not for you. Yeah, it's not really for you.
त्यो रमाइलो हो नि एकछिनको लागि Like, oh, काश त्यो भइदियो हुन्थ्यो आफूलाई भएको छैन त्यस्तो
Gosh, the way they end there. Maybe in younger days, but I try to refrain from gosh, the way they end there.
मुभी सोचे जस्तो नभयो भने के हुँदो रहेछ कस्तो फिलिङ हुँदो रहेछ
You know, this again comes back to what we talked about. Your soul, your consciousness already knows what's next to happen. And I went back and looked at Bhagavad Gita ko first press meet ma. There I had said, "Yo movie re jati kamai pani kehi chaina, it was for the content." And my dad had also said the same thing. So even though nobody spoke about it, everybody knew how it was gonna go. We were what do you call? We were surrounded by I almost said goons, but what do you say? We were surrounded by take carers of so and so God. So you just know, Raisa. You just know what's about to happen. But then it hurts if you do not accept. But if you accept it, you see the betterment or something that's about to come. Change. Because of that movie, I really found out how I could be financially independent. It was. I used to be dhukka, okay? I have a backup. From that onwards, I really got my intention, desire that I really wanted to be financially independent. I wanted my parents to listen to me as an individual, not as their child. And I got that, but not the way I expected, in a different way. So what you desire, so it's again like, universe will give you what you need, not what you want.
Yeah, that's so true, eh? Now when you think about it, right? Now, you definitely have, it's not a bot, if you thought of one bot. You definitely want to achieve certain goals, Nita. When you've created, when you've made a creation, you want that creation to go in maximum eyes. You want to make sure that you get the returns. And the pressure is always going to be there.
I think that it comes back to your story about the ghoda ke. The pressure is from other person saying bichara, kati ramro. But at the end, you're just going through the changes. So at the start of it, when we spoke, release huni bittikai, I left for my master's garna gayale. So त्यति I had a time to think. And one of the conference which I feel very grateful to be part of, त्यति चाहिँ के भएको थियो भने एउटा स्पिकरले इट्स ओके जति मान्छे आउँछ आउन देऊ बिकज whoever are here are meant to listen, are meant to view that particular content. I'm not going to force and say I'm going to wait for this. I have to start in this time. मेरो समय आइसक्यो. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to accept whoever is going to listen to it, who is going to watch it, and who is going to take it. So त्यति बेला चाहिँ त्यो थिएन. त्यति बेला चाहिँ I think there wasn't an expectation. It was like हुन्छ नि already you consciously knew यो यसले कति दिन्छ भनेर. You sort of, we were in the phase of accepting it. And acceptance is a very hard thing to do. I don't think that anyone has that. And मेरो skill चाहिँ अलि बरु बढ्दैछ भनौँ त्यति बेला skill चाहिँ polish भएको थिएन. अहिले चाहिँ polish गर्दैछु.
I think lifelong polish गर्नुपर्छ.
Yeah, absolutely.
गाह्रो हुन्छ नि. It's going to be very difficult when somebody comes and tells you that the amount of hard work that you've put in. भएन यो. फेरि easily भनिदिन्छ कि. होइन लास्टमा जज गर्ने भनेको त अडियन्स हो नि त नि होइन समटाइम्स यु मिस आउट अन अ फ्यु थिङ्स समटाइम्स यु मिस आउट अन सो मेनी डिफ्रेन्ट थिङ्स के हाम्रोमा त्यो फर्मुला के देयर इज अ फर्मुला लाइक ओके हियर वी गो ए मेरो हजुर ए मेरो हजुर एक्चुअली वर्क्स
The package, yeah, it works.
It works.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic package. होइन त्यो मेरो हजुरको पछाडिको त्यो जसरी बनाइएको छ अथवा जसरी छ नि होइन त्यो त सोसाइटीलाई हेरेर त्यो टाइम फ्रेमको लागि चेन्ज हुँदै अगाडि बढ्ने त हो नि होइन र त्यो ए मेरो हजुर जुन फर्स्टमा आएको थियो त्यो र त्यही कुरा एज अ दियो भने मेबी मान्छेले एक्सेप्ट गर्छ होला व्हाट डु यु थिङ्क
You know, there's one thing I've learned looking at the market is that you really can't tell which movie is going to do a sure shot or which content is going to do a sure shot.
मेरो हजुरलाई पनि I think it's going to work.
I am going to say something to you off camera.
Okay.
But the reason why I say this is because movie industry is content राम्रो हुन्छ 100%. Hard work चाहिन्छ 100%. But luck पनि चाहिन्छ. It's like a gambling. It's a gambling process जस्तै लाग्छ मलाई movie industry. जुवा खेले जस्तै हो. एकछिन दिमाग त लगाउनु पर्यो. But then त्यो role ठ्याक्कै त्यो नम्बरमा पर्यो भने how can you know if you're not going to win, right?
Wow. Well, I'm the kind that bets on black and red. Sometimes on 0 and 00.
I'm always on 8.
You're always on 8. Black and red, 50-50. Almost 50-50. होइन त्यो मलाई कसैले सिकायो कि यो होइन एकचोटि रेड आइसकेपछि फेरि रेड आउँछ नि त होइन 10चोटि ब्ल्याक आउला 2-3चोटि 0 आउला त्यो इन्फिनिटी वाट एभर इट इज आउला 00 आउला तर रेड एक दिन फेरि आउँछ bet on red भने हो कि मलाई होइन somebody had said that to me and it stayed with me but you just have to wait. But coming back to this conversation again, where do you think हामी छौँ टाढाबाट हेर्दाखेरि भने कि स्पेसली अब सिन्स होइन यु स्टे इन द युएस होइन अहिले यो फेजमा भन्दाखेरि होइन टाढाबाट हेर्दाखेरि I'll start with cinema. What do you actually think? Like, luck मात्र पनि होइन hard work and dedication त हुनै पर्छ मान्छेको thought process or perception चाहिँ के छ? What do you think people really want? Audience really want? In 2024 and 2025.
I don't think so. I can really say this is what they want. Given how all the movies are doing in the market, you really can say this is what the audience exactly wants.
Shambhala? Wow.
Look at it.
Purna Bahadurko Sarangi, just fantastic.
History, right?
होइन इतिहासै कुरा छ है
Yeah, I feel really touched.
अहिले रसो दीर्घ होइन it's doing great in
Yes.
cinema hall if I'm not mistaken होइन so अब के
I feel
आउँदैछ
like all the movies are doing well. नेपाली फिल्महरू सबै राम्रो गरिरहेछ
छन् कुनै राम्रो नगरे पनि छन् म भनिदिन्छु डोन्ट वरी होइन सो के त भन्ने कि होइन लाइक वाट वुड वर्क वाट वुड यु वान्ट टु प्रड्युस लाइक भोलि गएर इफ यु प्रड्युस वाट वुड यु वान्ट टु प्रड्युस नट एक्ट प्रड्युस
if I could produce, if I had immense amount of cash flow
Resources.
Resources, yes, sorry. Immense amount of resources. I would have produced zillions of things that wouldn't even make a penny in Nepali market. But what can I do? What can I say? I think I just have to wait for my red to come. The roulette ma मेरो red कुकुरा इन्तजार गर्नुपर्छ यसलाई.
Or 8.
Yeah.
Or 8.
Or 8.
Annapurna Pictures भन्ने I don't know if I've shared with you about this or not होइन एउटा सिनेमा छ कि अन्नपूर्ण पिक्चर्सले बनाएको होइन हट लकर भन्ने हो कि HURT लकर भनेर होइन अस्कर जितायो कि त्यो सिनेमाले नेपाली फिल्म होइन यो विदेशी फिल्म होइन अनि एक्जाम्पल हो कि होइन अनि धेरैजना मान्छेहरूले चाहिँ सिनेमा हलमा यो सिनेमा हेरेनन् कि It's about a small little team that goes and diffuses bombs in war zones. होइन It's a real cinema हो कि फेरि यो त्यो documentary होइन cinema हो होइन अनि fantastic movie. I believe अन्नपूर्ण पिक्चर्सले प्रड्युस गरे हो क्या अरे अस्कर जितेपछि बल्ल like it became like such a big deal okay? And this is the movie it's one of my favorite 2008 ko war action thriller movie ho one of my favorite movie Jeremy Renner bhako cinema but it didn't work in the theater but down the road it worked.
There are some cinemas, there are some arts that are not made for theater. They're not made for commercial theater. एउटा स्पेस चाहिँ हुनु पर्थ्यो जहाँ आर्टिस्टिक मुभीहरू चाहिँ चलिराखोस् भइराखोस् even though there are less people watching it. Then again comes the question of are commercial cinemas only the cinemas that are supposed to be in the theater? I know.
Platforms, we definitely need more platforms down the road. Like, won't it be fun to see a Nepali cinema in Netflix or Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime मा छ के अरे एउटा अहिले
कुन चाहिँ छ Amazon Prime मा
मैले अस्ति भर्खर न्युज देखेको थिएँ someone who shot the movie in iPhone. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh shit, those guys wanted to come to the show as well if I'm not mistaken. हो त साँच्चै कुन चाहिँ पो हो के अरे आइफोनले खिच्यो के अरे हैन
अब उनीहरूलाई भन न if they wanted to release that cinema in current hallको scenario would anybody distribute or put the cinemas for a day or two? गर्थ्यो कि गर्दैन?
It's a big question mark.
Yeah, that's a big question mark. So I think there needs to be a space where such artistic cinemas can go on, regardless of how many people are there to watch it. then again, you need resources for it.
Yeah,
Bhane ni guys, if you just had resources, there would people would be producing cinemas that probably would go to awards, but wouldn't make a penny. After award, but it's recognition आउँथ्यो होला.
Return चाहियो. You definitely want the money back, होइन?
किन नहुनु दाइ? We're in an economy where we need return.
Yeah, I know. We definitely need return, होइन? जस्तै अब अहिलेको लागि भनौँ न परालको आगो, होइन? Like thought process के? Okay, share a little bit about this.
परालको आगो. So I think I'm really excited that एउटा I think everyone is going back to our own roots, and roots भनेको is literature, Nepali साहित्य जसले लेख्नु भएको छ. So परालको आगो is one of them. एउटा पहिला movie पनि बनिसकेको. And I've मैले सुने अनुसार चाहिँ it was directed and made by individuals living in Darjeeling and were from a Chennai cinematic background. त्यति बेला वसुन्धरा दिजुले नि गर्सेको. So मैले अहिले गएर हेर्दाखेरि लिप्सिङ एउटातिर भिजुअल एउटातिर छ. So it's not very fully there, but त्यो टाइमकोमा if you just look at the story in general हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it speaks so much to the marital domestic violence, and at the same time this crazy thing we call love and societal norms of keeping a marriage strong. I would personally भन्नुपर्दा how is it going to come out? I cannot say anything because I've just joined the team, but I believe in the director that he will has something up his sleeve for sure.
Show the poster to everybody. But I'll go poster, you know, the new one. You know, it looks fantastic. Koile cha plan like release ko plan चाहिँ के छ? Next year, 25.
दाइहरुले 10 नै भन्छ त.
2025.
Everybody wants 10 now, right?
That's so true. That's so true. Things have changed.
Things have changed. So everybody wants 10 now, so it's in 10. Floor ma चाहिँ I think फागुन to चैत को बेला हुन्छ होला.
त्यो मान्छेको ओइरो लाग्छ के दसैँको टाइममा हैन, लाइक हामीसँग छुट्टी पनि हुन्छ, we have time, we have choices.
I think as a Nepali we save for dasai. We save for festivals, no?
Yeah, you save your time to come here for दसैँ. Let's say तिमी US मा छौ अथवा संसारमा जुनसुकै कुनामा भए पनि दसैँ हो के. So funny. So funny. हिजो भर्खर एकजना साथीसँग कुरा गरिरहेको थिएँ मैले, मलाई एक थोक चाहिएको थियो कि होइन, अनि अमेरिकाबाट को आउँदैछ हेर अमेरिकाबाट भन्नु नि, अब त को आउँछ दसैँमा आइसक्यो सबैजना भनेर भन्दै थियो कि उसले होइन. That's so true when I think about it now, होइन. देखाउ त परालको आगो 2025 दसैँ भनेर गुगल गऱ्यो भने you'll find it, होइन. I really want to show it to everybody because पुरानो सिनेमाहरूमा त्यो एउटा त्यो there's that magic touch, that element के हाम्रो मात्र होइन, जुनसुकै पुरानो सिनेमा हेर्दाखेरि पनि त्यो एउटा त्यो nostalgic एउटा त्यो feeling हुन्छ के.
To speak about it, गुरुप्रसाद मैनालीजीले त स्वर्गीय गुरुप्रसाद he created a female character who त्यति बेला चाहिँ may have come off as loud, तर अहिलेको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ she was someone who spoke for herself, stood for herself, right? मेरो फेभरेट सङ चाहिँ अहिले त्यो सिनेमाको उडी जाऊ भन्ने म पन्छी होइन. I've listened to it so many times. Lyrics सुन्यो भने पढ्यो भने मात्रै मन दुख्छ टक्क खान्छ.
So most probably you're gonna come back for a month and then film the cinema त्यसै.
हजुर.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. This is awesome. Gauntali. Wow. No, that's perfect. परिवर्तन नै प्रकृतिको एउटा नियम हो के. It's like change नै हो के हैन. परिवर्तन नै हो त्यो नियम र of course we're going to do it again and then we're going to go ahead and release it. हुन्छ नि हैन. अहिलेको समय सान्दर्भिक हिसाबले चाहिँ त्यो पस्किदाखेरि it's going to be fascinating के. अहिले पनि स्टोरीज म कहिले मुना मदन छ कि मेरो अफिसमा हैन, मैले देखाउँछु तिमीलाई. मुना मदन एभरग्रीन हो के. It's evergreen. अहिले त्यो भइरहेछ, पहिला पनि बिछोड हुन्थ्यो, अहिले पनि कतै न कतैबाट बिछोड छ, भविष्यमा पनि त्यो हुन्छ.
Shakespeare.
Exactly.
मलाई त oh my god. I'm currently taking a course on Shakespeare को psychoanalysis हेरेर हैन. This guy knew human nature so through and through के. त्यति पहिलादेखि पालादेखि के.
Elaborate?
Okay, the recent one मलाई एकदमै मन परेको is because it's very familiar with what's happening in current scenario is उसको wait 12th night भनेछ. So there are characters who switch roles, gender roles, and who woo the other side. Okay? So there's so much of question about feelings that associates not with gender but just in terms of gender, the feeling of love. You know, he's done it in a very commercial way. At the end, he makes everybody happy. Tara usko harek dialogue ma there's depth in it. Okay? Viola le teo Orsino le bhन्छ नि, you know, I love you. Why do you have to love her who doesn't even care about you? But while she's saying it, he's feeling it. But at the end, he says something very touching. यो पनि म ओलिभियालाई कन्भे गर्ने हो भनिदिन्छ कि. So there's like you love this person, but at the same time there's this wall too, which is very existent in अहिले हाम्रो condition. You know, you love someone but you don't really say what you want from the other person because you don't want to be weak. 12th night, you say adaptation होला.
Adaptation, yeah.
Everybody says it's a comedy, but my personal
It's not a comedy.
My personal take is it's very melancholic. It's very just एउटा human nature, एउटा love लाई satire गरेर लेखेको जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
I think about this, because such a fascinating way to put it. Kata na kataiबाट, it's love that unites us and keeps us together.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Everything is love.
Whatever we talked about earlier as well, when we started this conversation, Suhana, Maya नै रहेछ कि एउटा कस्तो, this is going back to over time, I've talked to like 400-500 friends, over time I've come to realize that कतै न कतैबाट त्यो माया छैन भने त्यो हुँदैन कि एकजना साथीले यही आउनु भएको थियो एकजना साथीले मलाई सेयर गर्नु भएको थियो I don't want to name that person but I'll say that much she shared that if I did not have the love for this country, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. That's one. Love for the country. Love to give back. One of my other friends now, when I think about it, if it was not for my kids, not for the love for my kids, I probably wouldn't be doing this, Sanjay. I'd be doing probably this other thing. So it's like love, साथसाथै it's sacrifice as well. Okay? एकजना साथीले भन्नुभएको थियो कि सञ्जय यो नशा हो. It's like addiction. Addictionले गर्दा नै मैले यो काम गर्छु भनेर के. It's a minister who said this. Like it's a drug. कसलाई चाहिँ बिहान उठेर गाली खानु मन लाग्छ? मन लाग्दैन नि, but I'm addicted to it. हुन्छ नि, I'm addicted to people. Like I want to give back what I know to the society. So त्यो societyको भयो कि. कता न कताबाट it's the love for cinema that you want to go ahead and create more cinema. Create more to give back when you are not around. Once you're gone.
It's love for everything I have. It's love for life that I enjoy everything. Do you believe hate is also a deprivation of love? Maya छैन भने that's how envy, that's how hate, that's how violence are created. What do you think about it? Love is this umbrella. Any compassion, empathy, hate, violence, everything falls under it. It's just that katiko maya, let's say, if you have too much love to give, you're compassionate. If you have no love to give, what are you? What's the opposite of compassion?
No love at all?
Yeah, if you haven't experienced love in your life, what do you become? Hitler.
Wow, I didn't want to. That was not what I was thinking I'm going to hear in the morning when I woke up. I know, but well, interestingly put. You know, there's so many things that. Oh wow. Okay, all right. Tio. Coming back to technology, एउटा जहाजको बारेमा पढ्दै थिएँ कि मैले सुहाना This is the first jet engine that ever jet plane that ever flew के यो jet plane चाहिँ Google this ल. This jet plane was created during that war के. Out of that whole war all the death and destruction so many people that didn't that didn't have to go during that war, World War II. What came out of it? Technology. At least, we sent humans to the moon with the technology that came out of that war. त्यसमा पनि अलिकति भए पनि ब्राइटर साइड मैले हेर्न खोजेँ के चाहिँ ब्राइटर साइड भयो त यसबाट भन्दाखेरि पनि ओके ल अलिकति टेक्नोलोजी भए पनि आएछ ल यहाँबाट भनेर के होइन आई ट्राई टु लुक एट द पोजिटिभ्स अफ एभ्री एस्पेक्ट अफ सोसाइटी के या द्याट्स दिस द वान HE178 होइन Anyways, तिमीले त्यो वर्ड भन्ने बित्तिकै दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिङ द्याट केम टु माई माइन्ड म पढिरहेको थिएँ आई वाज रिडिङ अबाउट द फर्स्ट प्लेन द्याट केम आउट अफ द जर्मन साइड के होइन एन्ड कतै न कतैबाट चाहिँ I don't know. This technology is going to be a blessing and a curse at the same time. Whatever is coming next.
Yeah, it's created by a dualism mankind. So dualistic ta huncha. Dual nature ta it comes with a dual nature. Everything that's created, existing, human existence ma bhanau ki universe ma it comes with dualism. If it gives you benefit, it will also give you the side effects of it.
Greek, Romans, I know. ब्याक इन द डे थिएटर हुन्थ्यो होइन सबैजना बसेर आउटडोर सेटिङमा इन्डोर सेटिङमा बसेर थिएटरमा हेर्थ्यो नि त होइन त्यो वेन यु लुक एट ओल्ड पिक्चर्स होइन ग्ल्याडिएटर्स नै भनौँ न होइन एक्ज्याक्टली हुन्छ नि रियल टाइममा होइन
तिमीलाई के कुरा रिसिटिरहन्छ नि यु गो वाच अ फाइट मुभी युर सो स्याटिस्फाइड because you're putting what you couldn't do through that cinema, through that visualization of someone's portrayal or projection.
पहिला त इन रियल लाइफ उनीहरूले हेर्थ्यो होइन त्यो ग्ल्याडिएटर्सको त इक्जाम्पल मात्र भयो नाइस थिएटर नाइस रोमान्टिक सिन गोइन अन बिट्विन टु एक्टर्स भनौँ न होइन ओर मल्टिपल एक्टर्स होइन एन्ड नाउ विभ कम टु वाचिङ द सेम थिङ इन दिस इन आवर होम अलोन ओर विथ आवर लभड वान होइन Imagine in another decade or 2 decades or 5 decades के यो कहाँ पुग्छ होला क्या तर लास्टमा गएर त कुरा त त्यही हो नि त इट्स अ स्टोरी
It's always a creation of a story that your mind created and you put it up and it's going to go off and then you're going to put it out another one. It's ever existing. Your cycle
it's always a cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
Even this, like पहिला जमानामा मान्छेले आगो बालेर आगो ताप्दै कन्भर्सेसन गर्थे होला थोरै मान्छेले सुन्थे अनि उनीहरूले अरूलाई गएर सुनाउँथे यस्तो भन्यो चाइनिज विस्पर पनि हुन्थ्यो होला होइन त्यो गर्दा गर्दै हेर न दिस इज कतै न कतैबाट दिस इज अल्सो अ पार्ट अफ अ मिस्टिकल स्टोरी
A part of a mystical story. It's a yeah, you could say it's a part of a story that has built the universe that keeps in existence that keeps us going.
And
it's a great psychological book. I've been saying from the start till the very end. You find every time different pawns of it भएर भने हैन के.
So ऋषि व्यासले गणेशलाई भनेको हैन त?
गणेशजीले भन्नुभयो.
हो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई if I'm not mistaken. हो के नरेट गरे
महाभारत लेख्नु भयो
हो गणेशलाई होइन इफ आइ एम नट मिस्टेकन होइन ऋषि व्यासले गणेशलाई नरेट गरायो के अरे गणेशले चाहिँ लेखेको जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई आई थिङ्क सो इफ आइ एम नट मिस्टेकन महाभारत हो आई थिङ्क सो गुगल द आई डोन्ट वान्ट टु गेट दिस रङ होइन आई डोन्ट वान्ट टु गेट इन ट्रबल
My favorite part about Bhagavad Gita is that after Krishna gives him so much ज्ञान at the end महाभारतमै छ कि फेरि उसले रिक्वेस्ट गर्छ कि अर्जुन रिक्वेस्ट कृष्ण कि मैले बिर्सेँ फेरि मलाई भन भने कि सो इट सोज द फिकल नेचर अफ माइन्ड कि नो म्याटर हाउ मच ज्ञान यु गेट यु गोइङ टु फर्गेट विथ टाइम यु गोइङ टु फर्गेट अबाउट इट एन्ड यु हेभ टु बी रिमाइन्डेड
तिम्रो फेभरेट कुन चाहिँ
11.11
11 हैन
11
हैन
वेद व्यास Well, picture mata it shows he's speaking and Ganesh is writing.
Oh.
Ganesh ji.
Oh. 11, right? 11, 13, 11, let me find 11, 5.
7 I see.
9.
Yeah, this is it.
10, 11. Which one's your favorite? Let's end it this way.
Well, 11. You want me to read it?
You want to? Can you?
Can I? Sanskrit?
Just
No,
Ucharan ta nagarum. What is your favorite? I want to end it with this.
Well, it says Arjuna saw the universal form of the ever-existent, the one true. And Ismate, there isn't much interpretation about it in any book.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like universal form individually. What Arjuna saw, only Arjuna has it. What I will see, what I will know, only I will have it. What you see, what you know, only you will have it. Which is why it'll always be my 11. 11 will always be my favorite form. Because the universe in itself is you. You are the universe.
And it's always expanding.
Yeah, universe is consciousness. Consciousness is the universe. So
this
it's
is
ever expanding.
awesome.
So he saw unlimited. What he saw, nobody knows. But it says unlimited. Main point is ko unlimited dikhe re. Aankha dikhe, kutta dikhe, ke dikhe, but unlimited dikhe re.
Nilo dekhyo, kalo dekhyo,
Ke dikhe.
rato dekhyo, ke dekhyo.
Unlimited, ever existing. But what he saw is only his. No one can say what he saw. No one can put it down and interpret it. This is what he exactly saw. They can just say it's unlimited of whatever we can comprehend. And gyan bhaneko ni त्यही हो. It's what you comprehend.
At the end of the day,
At
right?
End of the, yeah. The universe is within you. त्यही भएर हुन्छ.
The universe is within the both of us. And
your universe
Suhana,
is your universe.
your universe is your universe. Anything I missed out, God knows what we talked about today. God knows. God knows what we talked about.
No, it's always fun to be here.
I didn't even bother asking you. I know. Cinema, definitely. How long are you staying? Bhanna milcha bhane?
Bhanna milcha. I'm only staying here for a week, finishing my master's, coming back and doing my thesis while I shoot the movie.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go wear my graduation hat.
Thesis ke ma cha re?
Thesis, I have to figure it out.
Okay.
But it's definitely going to be on psychospiritual therapy.
Hell yeah. Dude, there's this specific place in Brooklyn I want to go when I come. Summer mein? We'll go together.
Yeah. Somewhere in New York.
Suhana, come again. All right.
Thank you.
I love talking to you about, I don't know, all the other, all the universal things.
Thank you for opening a space where I can just speak.
Come again.
Just be present and speak. Thank you.
Awesome, man.